So we're just going to look at conversations within Teams now. So this is where you can take away traffic from within email. So if you ever send a document to your whole team, about 10 people, more than one person in an email, you quite quickly get a number of emails built up where a conversation's happening. This is where you should ideally put them in Teams conversations. And now what you can do is click on here to start a new conversation. If you click on this A button, you get a few more formatting options. I really recommend putting a subject to each of your posts because you've got this search bar at the top and it just makes them a lot easier to find going forward. So I'm just going to put in a new subject here, and it's just around a new body on video cameras. What I can do is click at to mention specific people. And I can even type the team name in if I want to mention them all. I don't have to type out everyone's name. Please review the new details on cameras. I can even attach a document here that sits within my Teams or on my OneDrive. And when I'm ready, I can just click the send button. And we can see at the top here from a document that's been posted, you get the replies coming underneath. So everyone can see what's happening. You can see everything that's coming through. People can like comments just to show they've read it. And in this one, we mentioned the whole team, but you can actually click at and just type the name of someone to pick a specific individual. Now, there's lots of other functions that you have within conversations as well. So you can actually send out a praise, as we can see here, just to praise someone for the good work they're doing. You just need to click on these three dots and you'll see a praise option there. Here you can just put the name of someone that you want to give praise to, choose the type of praise that you'd like to give for them, and it's just an extra way of showing recognition for good work within your team. What you can also do within conversations is there's a lot of inbuilt accessibility features, so helping with reading, helping read them out for you, sort by different lines. So just to show you this passage, it's actually in French. So what we can do is simply click on the ellipsis, and we do have an option to translate, and this puts it into your native language, whatever you're viewing Teams in. But if I click this ellipsis again, you'll notice something called Immersive Reader, and there's a few more options that you can run through. So this is where we see the accessibility features playing out. So firstly, we can have the passage
PC
read
Ben
out to
Walters
us.
at Wednesday, May 22nd, 2019, 2:37 p.m. Applause or not to applaud.
And you can see it's reading out in English rather than the French version. If we click on text preferences at the top, this is where we can reduce text size or increase text size for any visual impairments. Use spacing, which we've found really useful for anyone who has dyslexia, and even change fonts and themes. We find colour backgrounds can really help anyone who has dyspraxia in understanding and reading passages. If we go to grammar at the top, we can break down syllables and even choose to highlight certain nouns within the passage as well. Final option is reading preferences. So this is where you can do line focus. So if you've got a really long passage, lots of bullet points and sizes and colours, this will just focus it down into one line or a couple of line segments for you to read through. And finally, you also have larger word capabilities. So you can choose a different language here. And if we put it on the whole document, you can see that this passage has now been translated from French into English and into Bangla. And at any point, you can switch back to the original as well. Now, the final option that you have here on accessibility is picture dictionary. So if you're ever in a job where you work with lots of younger people, there's a communication barrier, you can simply click on a word and it will give you the visual representation of what that word is. So this is everything just to show you around conversations and some of its accessibility features.